we're gonna do this. Hair's good. Hi, anyone who happened to watch this. So this is my first video on this channel. My name is Rachel. And as an introductory sort of video, I'm going to be telling you guys 20 things I learned by the age of 20. I will be turning 21 here in a few months, and it's scary because that means I'm a real adult, but I was thinking the other night, I was like, you know, I'd like to start actually making videos, and I love watching videos. So I'm like, what do people like? So this is a little bit of a life advice video, if you know what I mean. That was a horrible voice, I apologize. So without further ado, here are 20 things I learned by the age of 20. Number 1, change is okay. I, growing up, hated change. Oh my gosh, it was the scariest thing in the entire world. I hated being around new people. I hated going into a new grade in school. But as I've grown up, I've kind of realized, you know, change is okay, and change is what keeps life interesting. Number 2, learning to love yourself is the most important thing you can do in life. It's so hard going through life not loving yourself. Again, I grew up with a lot of self-esteem issues, and learning that it's okay to be who I am and look like what I look like. It took a long time, but I'm getting to where I'm kind of just okay with who I am. Number 3, people are fickle. They're gonna change their mind about you, about lots of different things, and their opinions are gonna change, and you can't really put a lot of stock in that. So if you just remember that your opinion is the one that matters, you're gonna be much better off in the long run. Number 4, your parents are not always right. You're not always going to see your parents as these like superhuman people who like know the answer to everything. As you grow up, you're gonna develop different opinions than your parents, and you're gonna realize, hey, I don't know if I agree with you on that. Especially when you're a teenager, it's bad. Teenage years are bad for parents, for kids, for everyone, and it's a lot easier if you realize early on that your parents are not always right. Number 5, it is completely okay not to fully understand who you are as a person. You're always growing. There are things that I know about myself now that I wouldn't have even imagined a few years ago, and that's okay. It's okay to develop as a person and not really understand some of the things you're going through. So if that's what's going on with you, don't worry. It's all cool, man. Again, I apologize because I'm not a cool person. Number 6, sometimes being alone is the best thing in the entire world. Especially if you're introverted, like me. It's just, being around people is so exhausting. And I work in an office right now, and oh my gosh, it's so frustrating sometimes. The people that come in, you just kind of want to take them by their shoulders and shake them and be like, what are you doing? But you can't, because that'll get you fired. So I think being alone for me is just the best thing in the entire world, and I just get to like relax and recharge and just fuel up for the next big dealing with people event thing. Yeah, okay. Number 7, taking care of yourself. Taking care of yourself. Number 7, taking care of yourself should always be a priority. It is important to care about other people and about your schoolwork and about everything else that's going on in your life, but the number 1 thing you have to remember is that you need to take care of yourself. That can get super stressful, especially in high school and in college, because it seems like there's so much going on and you're like, I can't do anything else. I need to do my homework. I need to do this thing for the club that I'm in. I need to da 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 da. And you have to step back and think, okay, I need some time for myself. I need to take care of myself. If that means taking a mental health day because your brain is just so fried that you can't process anything, that is okay. Do not punish yourself for trying to take care of yourself. Number 8, real friends will give to you in return whenever they can. Friendships are supposed to be equal. It shouldn't be you constantly going out of your way for another person. that person should also be going out of their way for you sometimes. And I mean, why would you want to be a friend with someone who you give so much to and then they just kind of say, oh, thanks, man, and then go on about their life? It's not fun. It's not a fun situation to be in. Cut the ties, or like talk to them and be like, hey, I do all this stuff for you. Could you do some stuff for me maybe in return? Number 9, it is never a bad time for Waffle House. Let me tell you, I live in a college town that has like 2 or 3 Waffle Houses around. There's not a bad time to go to Waffle House. Pretty self-explanatory. Number 10, talking to the person that you like can be the most nerve-wracking thing in the entire world, but you have to remember that they are just a person, just like you. Your crush is just a human. And if you get nervous, like, remember, they do all the same things that you do. They go to the bathroom, they take a don't think about them in the shower. That's not a good choice. But like, they are just normal and they do normal things just like you. You should not be afraid to talk to them. I don't have that many hands. No, that many fingers. Number 11, standing up for what you believe in is one of the bravest and most satisfying things that you can do. I know it's so hard as a teenager when your friends are like saying stuff that you don't really agree with, but you don't want to be seen as weird or like that loud, obnoxious person that just disagrees with what everybody's saying. But it is so, like, it feels so good to stand up for what you believe in. I started doing that probably my senior year of high school, when I started getting really into feminism, and I was like, hey, there's a lot of stuff going on that I don't agree with, and these people would just make jokes about it, and I'd be like, listen here, bucko, that's not how things should be. And it got me made fun of sometimes, but looking back on it, those were the times that I felt the strongest. So do not be afraid to stand up for what you believe in. And you might even make some new friends who think the same thing and are afraid to say it. So, number 12, listen to expiration dates. I think that that's pretty self-explanatory. If your milk says that it's gone bad, but you're like, it'll be fine. No. Listen to the expiration date and just save yourself the problems. Number 13, get at least somewhat organized, because your life will be so much easier. I'm not the most organized person in the world, but going to college has taught me that I need to like get my life together, get organized, get a planner, because I was constantly like missing assignments, and I was like, what do I do? And then I got a planner, and it was like, oh, just write down what I need to do, and then look at my planner and be like, oh, that's what I need to do today. Do it, check it off. That's also very satisfying. Being able to check off a thing on your to-do list is a plus. Number 14, again, talking about college a little bit, school is not for everyone. By this, I mean college. I think everyone should graduate high school if it's at all possible for you, just because in this world, like, unfortunately, you can't really get very far without a high school degree. But college specifically is not for everyone. I think that in our society today, there's just this like craze, like you have to go to college or you're gonna fail in life and everything's gonna be bad. But if you know that you're not going to enjoy college and you're not going to get anything out of it, if you would rather just go straight into a trade job or something like that, then you should do that. Like, you should do what makes you happy, because we have such a short amount of time on this planet and in this life that if you're wasting any of it being unhappy in school, like, nah. Do you, man, and it'll all be good. Number 15, loving who you love is okay, and you should not be ashamed of who you are and who you love. Loving who you love or who you don't, or not loving anyone, is completely okay. And if anyone tries to shame you for loving who you love and being who you are, just like, you don't need that in your life. And I will fight them for you. Just like, text me, be like, hey, Rachel, this person's being a jerk and I'll be like, I'll beat him up. Except I've never been in a fight before, so we'll see. Maybe that wouldn't be the best idea. Number 16, cold pizza is the best pizza. No further explanation necessary. I will not fight you on this. Cold pizza is the best pizza. Number 17, pretending to be cool is nowhere near as fun as just being yourself. Like pretending to do things that are cool, going to parties, that kind of thing. If that's not who you are and who you want to be, you're not gonna have fun with it. Just be yourself and you'll have fun in life and it'll be fantastic. Number 18, everyone, and I do mean everyone, has jiggly bits on their body and you should not be afraid to show them off if you want to. I am not a small person. I am of above average size, and I have a belly and I have thighs, but I do not let that stop me from wearing shorts and wearing crop tops because I'm comfy in them and I like wearing them. And where I live, it is hot as heck in the summer, and I'm not going to make myself melt because somebody thinks that my stomach is gross, because it's not their stomach. It's my stomach, and I'm gonna do what I want with it. So, embrace the jiggle. Okay, so since my phone is the actual worst, I just had to go in and delete a bunch of stuff. I almost said a bad word there. Not gonna do that on this channel. I had to go in and delete a lot of stuff to even be able to finish this video. So anyway, back to where we were. Number 19, you can eat pasta for every meal, but you probably shouldn't. I've tried it. It was delicious, but not good for your stomach because it makes you feel kind of bleh. Essentially that, if that's a feeling, bleh is a feeling now. And finally, number 20, you should be unapologetic about who you are because you were made the way that you are made for a reason. You look the way you look for a reason. Your hair is the way it is for a reason. And you can change that if you want. If you want to dye your hair bright pink, you can. You can wear what you want. You can wear makeup or not wear makeup. You can listen to the music you want. Don't apologize for who you are as a person and what you like and what makes you happy, because that's dumb and no one should have to do that. So there you go. Those are 20 things I learned by the age of 20. If you would like to see more videos from me, I'm going to attempt to upload every week. Hopefully that works out. So you can hit subscribe and you can like this video and comment if you wanna with things that you would like to see. I can do more advice type videos, I can do a Q&A, I can do whatever you want. So thank you so much for watching and goodbye.